Welcome student, my name is Dr. Shanmugam Ramar. We are going to study today's topic is retail strategy. A retail strategy is a statement identifying number one, the retailer's target market, number two, the format the retailer plans to use to satisfy the target market needs, number three, the basis on which the retailer plans to build a sustainable competitive advantage. Let's see one by one. A target market. So, the market segments towards which the retailer plans to focus its resources and retail mix. So, generally, the target market, for example, when they are going for a how they are segmenting the people based on the location, based on occupation, based on incomes, based on hobbies, based on the age factors also. It may be classifications maybe 0 to 5 years, then 6 to 10 years, like that 5 classifications like that, the gender, male, female, nowadays also. So it may be the third sex also, they are focusing towards also certain personal private products, then interest, values. These are all the ways, parameters they will be making a segmentation. Based on this they will be targeting their, either it may be a product or it may be a service based on the retail mix. So the retail format is nothing but the nature of the retailer's operation is retail mix, that is the locations. Suppose the retail format may be a supermarket, or for example it may be a superstores, or it may be a departmental stores, or it may be a hypermarket, or it may be a virtual market. So these are all the formats. Sustainable competitive advantage. So every business they want to sustain in the business world. Ultimately competition is there, so they want to sustain for a long time. Either the companies they can go for eco-friendly or bio-friendly, so like that. So something will be uniqueness, something may be a differentiation between the competitors. So there are establishing a competitive advantage means that the retailers in effect builds a wall around its position in a retail market, that is around its present and potential customer and its competitor. So positioning their format. So how psychologically they have to occupy a place in the minds of the customer. There are two things will be there based on the competitive. More sustainable, the location plays an important role. If it is a shopping mall, then ultimately it will be more attractions. Shoppers can stop. Customer loyalty, customer service, exclusive merchandise, low cost supply chain management like Amazon, information system, buying power with the vendors, committed employees. These are all the things will be coming under the more sustainable category. Less sustainable, better computers, more employees, more merchandise, greater assortment, lower prices, more advertising, more promotion, cleaner stores. Customer loyalty. Loyalty is very important for every business. So for a long time, if a customer is loyal to the particular brand or product or service, or it may be the particular retail showroom, then for a period of time, he will make the profit to the organization. Customer loyalty means that the customer will be reluctant to patronize competitive retailers. Retailers builds loyalty by developing a strong brand image, having a clear and consistent positioning. So when we are talking about the positioning, there are two things is very important. That is a frame of reference and then point of difference POD, developing a unique merchandising techniques, providing outstanding customer service, undertaking a customer relationship programs, relationship with the suppliers vendors relations, low cost efficiency through coordination, electronic data interchange, collaborative planning and forecasting to reduce inventory and distribution cost, exclusive sales of desirable brands, special treatments, early delivery of new styles, shipment of scare merchandise. So like IBM collaborated with the FedEx courier companies. In this way, they are maintaining the good relationships for their merchandising their product. Relationship with suppliers, vendors relation, under this human resource management, how they are managing the manpowers. Employees are key built to, when they are recruiting, the selection will take place, right candidate for the right person for the right job. Once the person was placed, then training should be given. If an experienced person, again the training should be given. So they are investing huge amount. Once the employee was trained well, is doing his job well, after the person is shifting from that existing organ to other, that is a heavy loss to the organ. So retention is very, very important. To retain the employee, how they are managing, what type of strategies they are adapting to retain the employees. That is the biggest challenge nowadays. Distribution and information system. Vendors leads to distribution centers leads to store. By decreasing cost here, there is more money available to invest, better service, increase in breadth and depth, decrease in prices. If a company will be going for the mass productions, going for a breadth and depth wise, different variants, different multi-specialities, depth-wise. For example, if you go for a shampoo, flavors are different. Based on the hair, maybe a protein, vitamin-based. Nature of the hairs, they will have the depth-wise also. That is very, very important. Location is the most important factor determining which store a customer patronize. Location is sustainable competitive advantage. So nowadays the motels are doing well. For example, Mary Brown's, wherever the petrol banks are there, the Mary Brown, Subway, and then Burger Kings will be attached. Sale is also very high because the people going for a long drive on highways, they want to fill their fuel for their vehicles. At the time, if they found any hotels, they enter into it also. That is very, very important locations. And then the growth strategies. So this is derived from the Ansoff matrix. If a company will be going for a market development or diversifications, they will use this matrix. For example, retail format, y-axis, and x-axis will be a target market. If the retail format is existing, the target marketing is existing. Market penetrations, like Reliance stores. If retail format is new and then the target market is existing, format development. If retail format is existing, the target market is new, market expansion. So the industries or the business will be moving to across the country or within the country. The people will be going for a new type of business. Let us take a Reliance. They will have a petrochemicals, they will have the chemicals, they will have the synthetics, they will have the textiles also, they will have the digital also, and then they will have a FMG goods also, they will have the durable goods, So many things are there. So the diversification may be a related one or it may be an unrelated one. So already I discussed about the existing target market, existing retail format, market penetrations approach include opening more stores in the target market, big bazaars, Reliance, China stores, keeping existing store open for a longer hours, cross-selling sales associated in one department sells complementary merchandises from other departments. When you enter into the jewelry showroom, they will have the gold item also, the complementary will be the silver item also. Nowadays the silver with the gold plated fashions designing jewelry or ornaments are more famous. Lightweight also will be coming with antique designs. Then market expansions, new target market, existing retail formats, L'Oreal professionals entering into the other countries, Sri Lanka, India, like that. Retail format development, existing target markets, new retail formats. So for select malls, then diversifications, new target markets, new retail format, related diversification growth opportunity. The retailer's present target market or retail format share some things in common within the new opportunity. Unrelated diversification growth opportunity has little commonality between the retailer's present business and the new growth opportunities. Already I gave one more example also, ITC. ITC, once they enter into the tobacco field, later they enter into the hotel field, Oberai's, ITC, ITC 5-star hotels. Then they enter into the oil field, sunflower oils, like that. Then they enter into the fabrications. Then they enter into the stationaries, John Players, stationaries. Then they enter into the soap divisions, Yama Devils, like that, cosmetics. Then they enter into the shampoo, lot of things. Now they enter into the confectionaries, lot of biscuits. So this is the diversifications. So global growth opportunities, expanding operation to the international markets. Then retailers can increase sales, knowledge, systems, bargaining power with the vendors like McDonald's, KFC's. Global level they are operating. Indicators of the attractiveness of international market. So what are the factors will be coming under the international market based on the country potential and country support. If the country potential, the first will be the population. India, China, populations are more. Population growth rate also more. Gross domestic product, GDP also per capita nowadays increased. Retail sales, growth rate in retail sales, like all online shoppings due to COVID, online shoppings are making more revenues than the physical stores. Income distributions, age distributions, countries support market share of modern retailing, like Walmart entering into the other countries, quality of infrastructures, transportations, communications. Now social media is the biggest platform, urban populations, market share of leading market share of leading domestic retailers, ease of doing business due to the globalization liberalization policy, friendly laws and regulations. So the trade free area, political stability. So India, the retail industry is divided into organized and unorganized patterns. So this is all for today's topic. The topic, the next part will cover in the next class. Thank you.